Howdy folks, my name is Stuart. Today I wanted to discuss bathroom bills. Now, this is something I think that honestly a lot of people who are taking one side or the other on bathroom bills are missing a massive chunk of information, which I believe that if you had this chunk of information, it would open up how you think about bathroom bills and how you might want them structured if you do want them. So we have to think carefully on this, all right? And where all of this came up in my life was, it was a couple of years back. Here in Texas, at the Texas legislature, they introduced a bill which would have been a bathroom bill. Now, folks, in case you don't know what a bathroom bill is, this is a bill that requires a person to go and use the bathroom when they need to use the restroom, to use the restroom that would be assigned to their original gender, sexual, or their original birth gender, I should say, excuse me. I'm getting tang-tungled. So anyway, these bathroom bills want you to use the restroom of your original assigned gender at birth. So if you were born a woman, they want you to go to the women's room, and if you were born a man, they want you to go to the men's room. But they're kind of leaving out a segment there. There is a portion of the population that was actually born with both genders. Okay, they have both sets of sexual organs. So what do you do with these folks? Pardon me, I digress. Let me get back to what I was talking about here. This is about the bathroom bill, and it's about men's room and women's rooms. Now, let me tell you a story that'll help with your understanding on this. A good friend of mine and I, who would frequently discuss politics and topics of the day, most often at lunch. Well, we were having one of those lunchtime discussions one day, and it came up about the bathroom bill that Texas was voting on. And I said, good Lord, I can't believe they're doing this. It'll be a shock to them when they see what happens. And Steve said, I don't know what you mean. I'm in favor of it. I said, you're in favor of them having a bathroom bill? And he said, yes. I said, Steve, why? Why would you be in favor of something like that? And he said, well, frankly, if I saw a guy come walking out of the bathroom behind my daughter, I would probably beat the living hell out of him. I said, okay, I understand. That's a very fatherly way of seeing things. I said, but that's not what would be happening, Steve. And he looked at me funny and said, I don't understand. What are you saying? I said, well, you have to understand, Steve, we're not talking about transvestites, all right? We're not talking about men dressing in women's clothing or women dressing in men's clothing. We're talking about transgender, all right? And that's completely different, all right? One's here and the other's over here, all right? So transgender, a good example, and this example I gave to him was, if you don't want to see a man walk out from behind your daughter in the bathroom, you should be against this bill, because the bill would cause that to happen. And he shook his head again and said, I don't understand what you're getting at. I said, Steve, it works like this. When a person's had a sex change, okay, they go see the psychiatrist, they see the doctors prescribe medicines, which are hormone therapies. In the case of a woman becoming a man, she will lose her breasts, she will grow hair on her chest most likely, she will grow in a beard. They will do a gender assignment surgery later on in this process. So she will have the same equipment that a man would have, and I guarantee you most likely have already stood next to a transgender person at the urinal in a men's room, folks, for the men. And women, most likely you've shared a restroom with a transgender person without ever realizing it or knowing it. Good example would be Caitlyn Jenner. Caitlyn, that is a person that does not, when you first see her, you do not see a man there. You see a woman there. All right? And when that person is, if you weren't, looking close and hard at that face, you would never recognize the fact that that is Caitlyn Jenner. You would just, oh, that's a woman, and you go on with life. And it's the same thing with when somebody's getting a gender reassignment from a woman to a man. So I said, Steve, what'll happen is you're going to have somebody she's grown in a beard and chest hair, and she's no longer a she, she's a man, she's a he. And that person is the person that's going to follow your daughter out of the bathroom if they make this bill a reality. Because then that person would have to go back to using the restroom of their original gender. So people that look like men and have voices like men and grow beards and have chest hair and arm hair, they're going to be in the women's room. And people that look like women and have breasts and have high voices and long hair and are women because they've changed their body to that are going to be in the men's room. If you want to know uncomfortable, folks, well, that's pretty much it right there. I personally find it funny, not that it's funny for those that have been through gender reassignment. It's not funny for them at all. It's terrible. But it's funny for all of the haters that would vote for such a thing and then have to feel the discomfort in the restroom after the fact. This is by your making. All right, so please remember this when you're voting for or against one of these bills. Please take this bit of information and keep it stashed away for yourself because, well, I don't think a lot of folks are really thinking about that side of it when they're voting for these bills. I don't think they're seeing that side at all. And if not, you might want to help explain it to them. Anyway, hey, this was just some food for thought. Thank you for watching. Please take a look in the description box. There's some links there. Click on those. Also, if you would subscribe, click that like box. I really like that. When you subscribe, hit the bell. And that way you get notifications when I post. And if you haven't had anything to say about this and you want to for a change, that's what the comments box are for. So write something in. Folks, you have a good day. Bye-bye.